looking to sell your house, or even a renter, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of like getting multiple open houses, all from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the show. Great show for you lined up today, I promise you that. If you have any questions whatsoever, I'm gonna leave the phone number right here on the screen during the entire program. 407, I have a lot of phone numbers in my head, let's be honest here. Here's the phone number for the show, 407-205-0400. If you wanna start the house hunt this weekend, you wanna find your dream home, Dallas Lehman is standing by right now to get you pre-qualified. Same phone number, 407-205-0400. Great show lined up for you today, but first, the opening statement. The opening statement is brought to you by my very good friends. Really the best invention I've seen in real estate since we've been doing this program, Home Uplink. You gotta check these guys out. Barrett and Zach are amazing. What they created, I find fascinating. Barrett, Zach, tell me what you got. Today, the show is all about two things, very important things. Do I buy or do I rent? Secondarily, I'm looking to sell my house or I'm looking to change houses. Do I sell my house or do I rent it out and make profit every month on that rental amount? Great show lined up. We will answer those questions by asking real questions. Today on the program, great guests coming up today, and people that I know very well, and every Saturday we ask real questions to the truly trendsetting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today, for the first time on this show, I believe, Greg Mann is here. Greg, how are you, sir?
I'm great, thanks.
And for the 80th time, Vivian Lane is here. Hi, Vivian, how are you? No, not 80 times, but you always say that you're nervous, even though we've done this together a lot. Are you nervous today, or you feel better?
No, absolutely not. I'm good.
Well, I mean, let's get right to it then, Vivian.
Okay.
Do I buy or do I rent? What do you think?
I think you should buy.
Why is that?
Always. Because the rates are still good. They might even creep up a little bit more, so take advantage of it now.
Greg, what do you think? And you do real estate on a regular real estate basis, but you also do property management, so you see both sides of it. What do you think, buy or rent?
Buying is always the best bet, no doubt about it. But renting is a tool for new people to the area to use because the market is so extreme at the moment. A lot of them can't afford to get into the housing market. So rent is a good option in this market too.
What is it like right now if I'm someone who, I have a family, I've got 2 kids, I have a wife, and I want to buy a house. We've been renting for years. I want to go buy a home. What does that look like right now? What is the competition like when it comes to buying a house?
Fierce,
Fierce.
to say the least. 20, 30 offers on homes.
Still.
You go to an open house, you think there's a garage sale, there's hundreds of cars outside, there's people fighting, there's escalation clauses, it's insanity. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down too much, even though the rates have moved up a little bit. It's not really adjusted too much.
That's true.
What are you seeing, Vivian? I mean, you're down in the trenches every day as well. I'm a family guy. I want a roof over my kids' heads. I want to buy a house. What is it like?
It's crazy. I'm representing a buyer right now at 400,000. At 400,000, we had 45 offers on that.
45?
House. 45. And I got beat out by the cash offer.
We were sitting here exactly this time last year, mortgage interest rates were 2.9%. Me and your husband Dallas fought about this a little bit. I said they're gonna go over 5, and he said, no, they're not, and we're at 5.2. We're at 5.2 right now. We are.
Yeah.
You would think that would maybe dissuade people from trying to buy a house.
No.
It's
My
not.
first interest rate was 12%. Now I'm dating myself, but there you go.
Jimmy Carter did, you know? No. I'm not trying to date you, I'm just saying, that's when the rates were that high.
Close.
But it is crazy, but I don't want to just dissuade you from looking for that dream home. I don't, because you can still find a house, and I want to ask you both this question because, okay, rates 5.2% or wherever they are now. When you start looking at that payment, the PITI payment, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and that is going to be your monthly payment. I honestly don't care if the house is 500,000 or 400,000 or 800,000. What you care about is you know how much money you make per month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's coming in after taxes, after health insurance. What I really care about is what is that monthly payment. That's what we really need to be looking about. At what can you afford every month, you know, and not be house poor. So even if the rates are at 5.2%, how do you compare that payment on a $400,000 house, let's say, versus renting the same house?
So again, PI, let's talk about principal and interest. At 5%, you're looking at about $2,000 on a $400,000 house.
Yeah.
That's $2,000 a month. Then you have to take into account the interest and taxes.
Yeah, so, I mean, do you think, same house, let's compare apples to apples here. Greg, what do you think? Is it cheaper to rent or cheaper to own?
It does depend a little bit on the area,
Yeah.
but I can tell you now, rents are anything from $1,800-$1,900 to whatever you wanna repay. I was looking at some property yesterday for somebody down the Baldwin Park area, only 2 active rentals, one was $3,500 and one was $5,800.
Wow.
You could buy both those houses for less than that payment if you qualify and if you can get your offer accepted. That's the key, I guess.
Another question, and this is, you know, kind of switching gears a little bit, but for both of you, a lot of people are looking to sell their house now, or they're looking to upsize or downsize. I mean, people, you know, have kids who are graduating college like you, and we don't need that much space. And the decision has to be made, and the decision is, do I sell this house, or do I keep it as an investment and rent it out with the rates, or the rental market as it is? It's very easy to find a renter, and you can charge them a lot of money right now. How do you have that talk with your clients?
Well, basically, when someone comes to me in that situation, I'll say to them, do you want to be a landlord? Because it's more than just saying, I'm renting a house out. You know, you've got to maintain that house, you've got to keep everything looking good, et cetera, et cetera. Is it, the rent we're gonna obtain for the house, is that gonna be profitable for you now? You know, do you have a mortgage on the property? What sort of payments do you have? You're buying a second home, where are you gonna be? I've had owners, oh, we're moving just down the street, we can self-manage the property. That's probably the worst thing to consider. So, to be honest, I always would say to them, if you've got a tax attorney, contact your tax attorney, see what your implications are if you sell the property now, see how it's gonna affect your taxes, and then once you've had that discussion, let us have another discussion and see the best foot forward.
But what you do, Greg, is fascinating to me in that you are a traditional real estate agent. You do buy, you do sell, but you do property management also. And a lot of people who say they want to keep that real estate as an investment, they get turned off by that because they don't want to be landlords. And I think that's where you step in on the property management side. Like, how do you ease that burden for me as a landlord?
Well, first of all, what we've got to do is make you feel confident that our services are going to fit with you, and we're going to do a good job and keep your property in the great condition that you've given it to us. Ideally, you don't be worried about anything. You don't, oh gosh, the phone's just ringing. Well, you know, that's my worry. So when I go and take a property on, I'm going to advise you on all the steps, everything we do, what we do, how we do it, and when we do it. And hopefully, all you have to do is sit back and collect your monthly payment. Yes, there's maintenance issues moving forward, and there's certain things you're going to need to do, but the way we educate and coach our owners is a very simple process. I have a great team behind me, a great staff, and they get to know everyone individually. It's not, you know, a big company where you get that, you know, phone with a voice message. You get one-on-one service.
And not only do you have a great team, Dee Dee's here as well over there. She's fantastic, and I know she's great, and I know that you guys are responsible because when I saw the emails from Dallas Lehman about setting this up today, she was responsive like that, and I know she's the same way with your clients, with your landlords who you represent. She's like that too.
She is. Dee Dee is actually the go-to person in the company for most people. But not only that, she's the go-to person for the landlord and the tenant. She builds the relationship with the tenant, because without a happy tenant, you're not always gonna have a happy landlord.
Right.
And a happy tenant always looks after the house more and tells you when things are going wrong. And Dee Dee builds up the friendship. To honestly, the reviews we get, most of them are due to Dee Dee.
Is that right?
They really are, yeah.
Well, she got a lot of airtime today, that's for sure. Thanks for being here. But, you know, you also, when you look at property management like that, and so I own the house, I want to rent it out, but I wanna hire you, do I still have to deal with the phone call about the refrigerator's not working, the ice machine's not working? As the landlord, what am I dealing with? Or are you really taking over all of that?
We take it all over.
Really?
You don't, in fact, to be honest, if you don't want to receive a phone call, we have an online portal that we use.
Oh,
So we will just go in there, click in, you know, there's some service needed, this is required, there's a repair. You'll see it, you'll go, oh, okay, that's cool. We do anything below $400, we're automatically repair. Because, you know, if you're on vacation in the Bahamas, where you don't want me to call and say, I've got to switch out the sink disposal unit, you know, and you're having a good time, you don't want that. So we will automatically do that.
Right.
If it's a large repair, like we see a lot of these now, the AC system's going down, you know, this is the time of the year we're all starting to put the air on. You know, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10,000, clearly we've got to talk to you about that. But then what Dee Dee will do, she'll go straight out, get 3 or 4 estimates for the system, get the best you can, the best unit, the best warranty, and we replace it in that fashion. So you don't need to worry about a thing.
Love it, love it. And if you have a house, you wanna rent it out, Greg is your man. Call us right now, 407-205-0400. I will connect you with him directly. Cost you nothing. Let's talk about what it's like to be a landlord and how you can make some money by doing so. Here's what I wanna do. Because, and Vivian, you've been with me for a while now, like 4 years of doing this show, and we've never been in a situation where most of the time when we are showing off properties on the program, they're almost always pending. I mean, it's unbelievable because of this market. However, you have a brand new one on the market right now.
I do, I'm very
And
excited about this.
I cannot wait to show that off. Let's do this. Quick timeout.
Okay,
When we come back, I have 4 properties that are on the market right now that you can see this weekend as you have real estate continues.
I'm gonna use it, and,
One pitch, yeah. I think,
it just,
yeah, it's, this one might be pending now, I don't know, this was active a few minutes earlier, you never know.
Welcome back to the show. It is your favorite part of the show. We get to tour some real estate together. Think of it like going to an open house, but we all do it right here together on television. Greg Mann is here. Greg, pleasure to see you on the program. Vivian Lehman is here, and Vivian, and shockingly enough, literally during the break, one of the properties went pending. That doesn't mean you can't still see it, but that is the market in which we live right now. Vivian, let me start with you. I know this neighborhood well. This is a brand new to the market property. Tell me about this.
we just put it on yesterday, it is in Alico Lakes, and they are asking 1499999.
Now, there must be 500 houses in Aliquot Lakes or so. I don't know. I'm guessing. Literally, how many houses are on the market in that neighborhood?
2,
2.
literally.
Yeah,
I
what-
am the cheapest one, by the way,
Is
the
that
other
right?
one's 2.3, so.
We don't call it cheap. We call it what is it? There's a better word.
Less expensive.
It's less expensive. Very less expensive.
Yeah.
But that is a beautiful home.
Oh, it's
One of
absolutely
2 on the
gorgeous.
market in this amazing neighborhood, and it's a
Which is
neighborhood.
unheard for in this price point, literally.
A neighborhood that I know you once lived in,
Yes.
and country club community, 2 golf courses for one there though,
That's
right?
You get that,
Heathrow
and you get
and
Heathrow.
Aliquot Lakes.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about a house that's 1.4, $1.5 million, literally most of us think, there's no way I could ever afford that. But if you start looking at it, I mean, you could rent this house for probably $7,000 or $8,000 a month. When you talk about,
Easily.
$1.5 million, a payment probably around $7,000, $8,000, something like that.
Easily, yeah.
And-
But you've got a lot of people coming in cash, so you're.
Right. That leads me to the next question. How many buyers are you seeing coming in sight unseen from other states?
I'd say at least 50%.
50% of these buyers are coming from out of state.
And they're coming in with the cash, believe it or not, because they're selling their home in New York.
Yeah,
And their home was probably smaller, and they shipped it all that cash down here.
unbelievable. How big is this house?
This one is 4,362 square feet, and it sits on almost 3/4 of an acre.
Wow.
It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath. It has an additional study and bonus room. It's on a private and lush lot that backs up to the conservation and a lake. It's got an open floor plan, plenty of built-ins, spacious master suite with his and hers closet, and custom tile in the shower. In the shower, it's massive.
Is that
I
right?
mean, literally, you could fit a family in there. The roof was recently replaced for $150,000, the tile roof, and that's important in this market because of insurance.
Right.
You're getting a lot of these insurance companies, more on the shingle side, they don't wanna see roofs that are less than, 10 years old.
I think the insurance piece is a very important one, because we're starting to see weird things happen in Florida when it comes to homeowners insurance. Greg, I know you're heavily involved in that.
Yes.
People are starting to really feel this pinch from their homeowners insurance skyrocketing. Why is this happening?
Well, basically, if you go back over the last year or a bit longer than that, you start to see a lot of people getting replacement roofs. And the vendor would not trick the person into having the insurance payment paid to them,
Yeah.
but that's what was happening. So now everyone's paying the piper basically. The insurance companies are pulling out of Florida left, right, and center. They are, the fees and rates are really high. I've got a house with a tile roof, and unfortunately for me, I've got polybutylene pipe as well. So I get the double whammy, and they just go, oh, we'll call you back,
Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult, and this leads on to another interesting topic, if we've got a second to talk about it. When we're listing homes, we didn't used to have a conversation about insurance, But now with the seller, you need to talk to them about it. Hey,
Sure.
that would be a good example. You've listed that house and it's got the old original roof on, it's probably what, mid-90s house, that one?
2001, yeah.
Okay, and the insurance company comes back and says, hey, roof's too old. You're under contract at full price, it's $150,000 roof. The seller's gonna look at you and say,
I'm not
what are,
spending that.
what are you crazy?
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to do something, you know?
Yeah.
I went to 2 insurance companies recently with documentation from my home, which is a custom built home. The builder provided me the specs on the roof tile. Both insurance companies said, we don't really care. It's over 20 years old, and that's a tile roof. So
And tile roofs are very expensive,
they are,
is my understanding.
what, $150,000?
I mean, I think what's really going on, and I guess I'm gonna offend everyone here, but it's both sides are a little bit scummy, to be honest with you. You have roofing companies who are coming by knocking on your door saying, hey, we heard there was a storm rolled through last week, we're gonna get you a free roof. But then you also have insurance companies who they make money by taking your premiums and they invest in buildings and other things and put the money where that's how they make money, is to try to not pay you for things you should be paid for. And I think that's what really is going on in this state. And your homeowner's insurance is going to go up. It just is. And in some ways you have to be fortunate to even have insurance right now, because a lot of these companies are absolutely pulling out. They are.
Yeah.
So that's going to affect your payment monthly on that PITI, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance piece is absolutely gonna go up. Taxes as well, as the market is increasing, as the value of your home increases, the property appraiser is gonna be a year or 2 behind. But at some point, you're gonna look at your tax bill and say, wow, I'm paying more for my taxes as well, because it's based on what your house is worth, at the end of the day. Now, you have another property as well to show us, Greg, or a couple properties. I think one might be pending. Start wherever you wish.
Okay, well, the first one's an active one.
Okay.
So it's a property.
For now. For now.
For now, yeah. It's a property over in Tampa. It's 1252 Blazing Star. It's active. It's a 4.3, nearly 2,500 square feet. Built in 2000, so no problems with the roofs and
Yeah.
stuff, hopefully. It's very close to Oldsmobile. Sits on a beautiful conservation law. The community has no CDC, so that's money saving for the homeowner. Community pool, basketball courts, walkable neighborhood. We're priced at $665 there. The activity we've had has been unbelievable. Yesterday there was probably 7 to 10 showings in the morning, and again in the afternoon we had multiple showings. So.
And property number 2, where is this?
This property number 2 is actually in Longwood. It's the one that's pending. It's over in the Springs.
I love it.
Great location, 24-hour gated community. This one actually was a townhouse, 42.5 end unit, beautiful unit. The neighborhood boasts a lot of amenities, the natural springs. If you've got a horse, there's stables there. There's community house and pools. So this one was priced at $465. Multiple offers, and finally the owner chose the best offer for them, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. It's amazing how quickly they're leaving the market right now.
It really is.
If you want to see these properties or more, 407-205-0400. I'd be happy to connect you with Greg literally right now. And lastly, Vivian Lehman, one more property is showing.
I do. This is a really cute house. It's a 2-2 in Delaney Park, which is close to.
That's downtown.
That's downtown, right there. You're almost 2 blocks from the hospital. You got Dr. Phillips, center there. You could walk to it if you wanted. And this one, it's 1925, but they've totally redone it. The wood floors are throughout the whole home. It's 1,515 square feet. It also has a formal living and a dining room, and they have natural gas piped into the home, which is really nice if you like to cook.
Well, I love natural gas. I mean, I have a flat stove thing, and people make fun of me. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were like this hotshot lawyer guy. Why do you have the flat stove?" I love the natural gas. It makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it?
Your next home, natural gas.
You're gonna find it for me, I hope.
Find it.
I get in line with the other 30 people making an offer on it.
Yeah.
407-205-0400. Great job, guys. Vivian, it's always great to see you.
Thank you.
Greg, you're officially part of the family now.
Thank you very much.
have real
Much
estate
appreciated.
family at this point. You are doing great work, man. And I know it's tough, that property management is tough, but I don't want to dissuade anyone from being an investor. I mean, that real estate that you have, think about it. Look back 10 years. What was your property worth then? What's it worth now? I mean, real estate is a fantastic way to to make money. I really do, especially with the volatility of the stock market. The tech stocks are like out of control, going down quickly. I love real estate, especially I love real estate in this state. I am bullish on Florida. Greg, man, excellent work today. Megan Lehman, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Most importantly, thank you for joining me today and every single weekend here on You Have Real Estate. Any questions at all? You want to get pre-qualified right now? Dallas Lehman is there. 407-205-0400. I am Justin Clark, and I'll see you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.